How do new sports get chosen for the Summer Olympics? Imagine a sport that captures the world's attention, excites young fans, and fits perfectly into the Olympic program. How does a sport make that leap from local game to global stage? Well, it all starts with a clear process guided by the International Olympic Committee and the host city's organizing committee. First, since the year 2020, the Olympic program includes core sports that stay the same for every games. Alongside these, optional sports can be added for each host city. This setup gives the Olympics room to grow and include sports that reflected current trends or local interests. The host city's organizing committee usually begins the process about 4 to 6 years before the games. They propose new sports based on several factors. They look at how popular the sport is worldwide, especially among young people. They consider if the sport is gender balanced and appealing to viewers on television and social media. They also check if the sport is feasible to include, meaning it fits within the limits of athlete numbers, infrastructure, and costs. For example, Tokyo in 2020 introduced sports like skateboarding, surfing, karate, sport climbing, and baseball or softball because they were trendy and attracted younger audiences. Once the local committee submits their proposals, the International Olympic Committee's executive board reviews them. If they support the idea, the proposal moves to the full IOC session, where all members vote. A simple majority is enough to approve or reject the new sport. This voting process has become more flexible over time, making it easier to include new sports quickly. The IOC also looks at whether the sport promotes gender equality, has strong international governance, and adds value to the Olympic experience. Getting into the Olympics does not mean a sport stays forever. Sports can be added or removed after each games based on their popularity and how well they meet the IOC standards. For example, baseball and softball were included in Tokyo 2020 but not in Paris 2024. Meanwhile, sports like skateboarding and sport climbing continued because they are popular among young fans. Since the early 1900s, host cities could add demonstration sports that were not meant to stay permanently. But after the reforms in 2020, the process became more structured, focusing on innovation, youth, and sustainability. For the upcoming Los Angeles 2028 Games, 5 new sports were approved: baseball, softball, lacrosse, squash, and flag football. Some of these are returning after long absences, while others are making their debut. This shows how the IOC wants to keep the Olympics fresh, exciting, and relevant for new generations. So, in short, new sports are chosen through a careful, step-by-step process involving the host city and the IOC. They look at popularity, gender balance, media appeal, and practicality. The goal is to make the Olympics more fun and engaging while respecting tradition.